I just wanted to hop in here midweek to talk a little bit about AI and how that has been helping so much in home renovation and home decoration. I know a lot of you probably already use it. It's been out for quite a while now, um, but I've been using it quite a bit in the renovation of this house. And I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about things that I have found that it does that has really been helpful. Um, First of all, obviously, as a woman, I'm thinking about the end product and the pretty stuff, and so what I've been able to do is upload photos of the house as it is now, outside and inside, and then it generates images based on the prompts that I give it. I think the most valuable thing right now has been paint colors, seeing if I want shutters, what color, landscaping, that type of thing, and trim colors. And also for the inside, like different rooms, you can try different flooring ideas. You can actually upload an image of um, a wood floor or a tile that you're thinking along with the room, and it can put it in the room for you. Different fixtures. As I'm looking at different furniture ideas, whether it's brand new or whether it's on Facebook Marketplace, I can upload the piece of furniture and an image of the room, and it can place it in there. And it's just been very valuable in that sense. Um, Also, like if I'm looking for appliances, I can um, put in the specs of the appliance. Sometimes it can get to actual websites. It can't get to Facebook Marketplace at all. So you have to put in the specs. You can just take a screenshot and it can read the words on the screenshot. And um, but anyways, it can talk about appliances, what the best ones are, most reliable. Um, it gets to know your um, it gets to know your projects, and so it can kind of keep referring back. And I would suggest to start a new chat for your different projects so that you can kind of keep them coordinated in your chat GTP. That's the one that I use. There's a lot of different ones, but I'm specifically talking about chat GTP. Anyway, it's helped a lot in the sense of the appliances, and it can give you like different mood boards and different things on your style. So that's been really fun. Also, like with DIY projects, you can explain your project and it can talk about different options that you have. Like right now I'm looking into the flooring for the first floor, which is basically a basement. It's a walkout basement. It's got the solarium in there. And that's the space that I'm going to use for meeting with my clients and my studio work. And so I want to put an LVP in there because it is more of a damp space since it is built into the ground. So I was asking it about just different types of flooring and different underlayments and moisture barriers and stuff. And it scours the most of the web and it gives you great options. And so that's been really helpful. But anything about you can look for local, tell it where you live or your zip code, and it can give you information on just local, like if you're looking for contractors or yard work or any type of home services, it can give you lists of ones and it can look up their reviews. And so that's been very helpful. Yeah, so I have been using it quite a bit. I'm going to show you some of the videos of how I use them, some before and after photos of some pretty incredible things that it's done for me. Um, and so, yeah, it's been a great tool. And so I suggest that you maybe look into it. And I created an AI guide for home decor. And so Reno and decor, because it's for both. And I'm going to put a link down in the description and you can just grab that for free. It's a 36-page like little guide on AI, and I got a whole bunch of prompts for different things. And so if you're interested in it, just grab that free guide. But yeah, watch this video and just kind of get inspired if you have any kind of home decor, home reno, or anything, just to see how AI can help. Okay, I wanted to kind of show you the progression of some things that I've been working on in ChatGTP, and that is the color of the house. and I'm going to go over what I already did just because sometimes it takes a while to generate a lot of different things, and so I wanted to kind of show you what I've already got here. So basically this is the image that I uploaded. It's just the house as it is stands today. And so what I asked it was, can you paint the exterior of this house white? And so then it gave me this image. And then I said, can you add black? Oh, there it is, popped up. So that's basically, I mean, it kind of rendered the front different because it missing the gazebo, but this is more just for, you know, an idea, because you can't even really see it on that image, to be honest. Anyway, so it just gives you an idea of what a white house would look like. And then I said, can you add black window trim? So then it added black window trim. And then I asked, what color do you think would look good for this house in this setting? Let me see what you would do. And it did kind of a green with a wooden porch. And then I said, how about a sage green with white trim? And so then it added white trim. And then I said, same with the white room too. So the sunroom, because I wanted the sunroom or the porch to be white. So then it added that white. And then I added a different image. So then I uploaded this image where you can see the solarium and the porch a little bit better. And then I said, how about painting this white with black window trim, white porch trim, and fix the broken screen on the top porch. So you have to be really specific. The more specific you are, the better idea it has of what you want it to do. So then it did this, which is a pretty good rendition of what the house would look like white. Because that's the color that I want to paint it. I want to have a very classic white. And then I love that. How about a sage green? Just because I love playing with this, so I tried all these different colors. So then I tried it a green with white trim. And then I said, can you show me the white house but make it look like summer with hydrangea bushes in front and clean up the rocks? So then it did this amazing, gorgeous image. Look at this. Hang on, it's going to come up here in a second. Look at that image it did. Obviously the steps here are wrong, and you know, sometimes it just kind of does its own thing, but in general this is what the house would look like once I get my hydrangea garden going, with the porch and the solarium, and it's like just a dream. So that's kind of where that left off. And then I went back to this picture just with the white, and I asked if it could add black shutters, because I thought it'd be maybe nice to have shutters on the house. So then it gave me that image. And then I said, I'd love to see this with a seafoam blue paint and white trim. I don't know why I did that. I didn't ask for seafoam blue. I thought since it's near lake, I would try blue, but I didn't like it. It was just too bright. I kind of just like classic white. I tried yellow. I tried a softer yellow. How about tan with white trim? Don't like that. Like a light brown color with white trim, no shutters. Not crazy about it. So anyway, so that made me realize that yes, I do want to paint this house white. Whether I put shutters on or not, that'll be phase 2. And then I moved to the bathroom, because it's got this bathroom out downstairs. Let me show it to you. It's really ugly. We're going to take the shower out because this is just going to be more off of the space downstairs where I'll probably work with clients. And this is just an extra bathroom. We do not need that shower. So, and then just beside the shower, there's a sink. So this will be like an empty space back here. I actually kind of like this, and then just replace the toilet. But so that's what we're working with. So basically, oh, and then here's the tile. So you can also upload wallpapers and tiles and flooring and then ask it to incorporate that. So that's the tile that I was going to ask it. So I said, can you take what is in this photo and remove the shower, add the tile that has been uploaded to the floor, and paint the walls a warm creamy white. Change the toilet to a new one, but keep the top tank. So that's what it did. It pretty much did what I asked it to do, except I didn't like that bump out. And so I said, let's make the walls more exciting. How about a chair rail and squared off molding on the bottom half of the wall and wallpaper on the top? Match the wallpaper color to the floor. So then it just added some wallpaper because I wanted it a little bit more exciting, and I really love this kind of look on the bottom with the molding, which I'll probably do. And then I added different tile. I said, I love the walls. I need the wall on the right where the shower was to be squared off as as there will be a table or counter there. And can you try this tile on the floor with leaving the walls the same? So then it really didn't do what I asked it to do. I noticed, because it's the same. So sometimes it just doesn't understand. Can you remove the bump out on the wall on the right where the shower was? It needs to continue the same as it is behind the toilet, and paint the water tank the same color as the base of the wall. So then it still didn't listen to me. I don't think it understands what I wanted over here, but it did paint that, which I like. Looks better. The wall behind the toilet needs to continue straight to the right. The corner needs to be squared off. Remove the bump out on the wall on the right and square that corner. So I basically said it twice. And then it's like, oh, that's what you want. So basically here it is squared off. Obviously the sink isn't in here, but I'm just wanting to get an idea of the flooring and the wallpaper right now, and just sort of the overall vibe. I'm not fine tuning it yet. And I'm like, yes, thank you. So that's kind of, and then here, I'm gonna show you where we ended up. And then I started with wallpaper. Okay, so let's do the wallpaper. So then I was looking online, and I just do a screenshot of the wallpaper. I'm thinking, working from the last bathroom image above, can you add this wallpaper to the upper part of the walls? So then it did that. And then I didn't like it with the floor, because I really kind of like that soft green. And then I said, can I see this with a medium brown wood floor? And it's like, sure. And then it's giving me brands. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so here's it with a wooden floor, because I'm going to put a wood kind of flooring in the whole main area. So I think I'm just going to run that into the bathroom. And same floors, but with this mural wallpaper. So I really like these murals, and I wanted to try that. And so it put that mural in there, which I thought was really cool. That's a good option. And then the floors were a little bit, and then I was talking to them about induction stoves that we were looking at. And so then I tried a different wallpaper and the same wood floors. And then I said, can you make the floors more natural brown, not so orange, because I don't like orangey floors. And so then it made it more of a neutral floor, which I really like. So then now we're getting there. We're just playing with different wallpapers. And then let's see where we are. Then we go to this wallpaper. And this one ended up to be my favorite. So right now this is the top wallpaper that I like. It's got nature in it, and it's soft, and it's really pretty green. So right now that's kind of where I stand getting the inspiration for the bathroom. So I hope that helped with envisioning rooms, and you just chat with ChatGPT like you're talking to, anybody, and just kind of be very detailed in what you want until you get it. And you might have to do a few renditions, but there you have it. Okay, here's a fun one too. This is how you can do it to envision changes inside as well as adding furniture. So here is an image of, let me get that open. This is just like in our kitchen, kind of looking at the back wall of the kitchen. And so I was looking at a piece on Marketplace that I can put here on the left here. So basically I said, can you paint the stairs and trim white with wooden steps, clean up the back room, and paint wash the brick around the doorway? So then it gave me this image. So it kind of did what I asked. It didn't really clean up that back room, but whatever, that's gonna all change anyway. So it really did a great job on the stairs and kind of whitewashed the brick. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet, if I'm gonna remove it, or I kind of like it. I think it's got, gives good character. Anyway, so it did that. And so then what I did was I uploaded this image of this piece of furniture that I found on Marketplace that I was gonna put here, because there's really, once we take out the wall, there's a wall in there with a little counter and some uppers that we're going to take out, so it opens the kitchen to the great room. There's not going to be any storage anywhere until we get our pantry built. So anyway, so I was looking at this. I said, can you add this buffet in the image you just created by the wall under the stairs? So then it gave me this image, which I like. Now what you can do is, I think I didn't do it because I didn't have the measurements of that wall at that point, but you can say the wall measures, let's say 94 inches, and the furniture measures 64 inches. And then I think it will do a little bit better job getting the, the length and the fit. I'm not sure, but that kind of gives me an idea of what that piece would look like in there. And then I thought, okay, fun, let's put this one in, the green cabinet. And then it put the green cabinet in there. And it's just putting it in that whole area. None of these are that long. They're a little bit shorter than that. And then I tried that one, so put that one in there. So that's a really kind of a fun little thing that you can do as well to envision furniture. Oh, and then we did this. So then I uploaded this image. This is the image of the kitchen. The wall I just showed you is off on the left. There's my realtor, David. And so this wall on the right is the wall that we are going to take out. So you can see it's taking out a lot of cabinets, but I would rather have this open to the great room, build a bigger pantry, and then have other storage option more than just what the island is. So anyway, so that's the image that we're starting with. And then I uploaded that same cabinet because once I went to look at the cabinet, it was the perfect size because I'm going to get an island in that space. So then I just said, can you take the image of the kitchen and remove the wall and cabinets on the right, and then add the attached image of the white cabinet as an island in that space parallel to the island in the kitchen image. Make the island countertop a wooden look. So then it gave me this image, which isn't perfect because it did not remove the whole wall. It gave me like a little archway. It says, oh, they have an archway on the left, let me make an archway on the right. So they added that, but they sort of got the cabinet kind of there, a little bit too big. And then it says, please remove the wall completely, open to the room next door, line the new cabinet island with the current island. So then it did this. It did a little bit better job. It kind of removed the wall in a little bit, but the cabinet's still way too long. This looks like way too big for that space, but I didn't give it any measurements. And so it's probably just, and then I just kept trying. Oh, then I wanted it to paint the island that's in the kitchen white, which was a lot better. And so we just kind of kept asking it to try to get the size better of this one, and it moved it in closer, but it gives me an idea of what it would be like. And it actually added this in, which is what that room looks like. I don't know where it got that. It put carpet in there, and this is a wood floor, going to be wood floor, but it kind of gives me a visual of what it's going to look like when we open up this space here. Add that extra island, which will have a longer top so we could put chairs against it, but it kind of gives me a visual of what that's going to look like. So I think that's really an amazing thing that you can do before you make decisions and before you commit to purchasing things. I think it's a really great tool. Okay, so now I want to show you another really cool thing that ChatGPT has done. So for instance, I am looking for a smaller washer dryer that's kind of stacked. So I found this image here. This is actually an image. This is a listing on our local Facebook marketplace. So I took a screenshot and I uploaded it to ChatGPT, and I just said, tell me what you know about this, if it's a good deal or not. And it can read the entire page. It reads all those words and everything. It cannot, if you send it a link to Facebook Marketplace, Facebook doesn't allow the AI to read that. It's, for privacy and whatnot. But so it took this image and it just told me all about this particular, it's got the serial number. If you're doing appliances or something, you're going to want model numbers and serial numbers if it's not listed. If you can get that information from the sellers, that will give ChatGPT a lot of information that they can go and hunt and find it. So it just tells me exactly what this unit has, why this listing makes sense for me, the price, and its honest opinion on the price, things to ask before buying, the reliability and its rating. It gave it an 8 out of 10 reliability, fancy features 4 out of 10, and a smart buy a 9 out of 10. Compared to a used marketplace pairs, it has a comparison. It's negotiation advice about negotiating. It's gut feeling, current ranking as far as other models and makers, because I had asked it previously about the top brands for washer dryer units, so it's telling me where it ranks in there. It's advice, and then also here on the bottom, if you click, it shows sources. So if I click on that, here you can see all the sources that it looked at when checking out that particular model. So it's looking at all of these different sources and scouring everything to kind of find out where this particular deal lands in association with everything else that's out there, brand new versus maybe some used other ones. This one happens to be a scratch and dent, and it's probably about $600 less than a brand new one. So I think this is probably the one that we're going to go with, and it is the exact model we have here in our condo, and it's going to fit great into our little bath remodel upstairs in Lotus Hill.